Oh boy, that joke is really dumb. I'm really actually now worried that my neighbors heard me yelling a mouse and they think that there's a mouse in my apartment. So I really hope that that's not the case. So hi everybody, welcome to the bonus cartridge for today, Tuesday, January 9th, 2018. Yeah, so, wow, we got a lot of stuff that we need to cover for today. First of all, we're going to go through the Patreon, reading off the Patreon names. Thank you to everybody who has donated, in no particular order. We have Lansby Tossin, sorry for missing it, Lansby Tossin, Talonfire, J Broadfront, Ratchet 3798. I don't remember if I have an extra number in there, and I know it shouldn't be there. 3798 or 3789. I forget. I'm sorry, Ratchet. I love you, buddy. Zombie Unicorn, RDF, Shepherd Gray, Naruko, Andre V. Sorry, Andre. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Daily Dorks, SVD, Survivalent Death, John Steele, Craig Jessup, John Patz, and Will Gordon. Thank you all very much for donating. Thank you all very much for supporting my show. Thank you I can't thank you guys enough. Also, thank you for putting up with me joking about the whole Patreon thing and how I was asking for everybody's money. That is just a joke, okay? That's just a joke. Just want to put it out there. That's so nobody can accuse me for just doing this for the money, because I said I'm doing it for the money. You can't say I'm doing it for the money when I already said I'm doing it for the money. So it's just a defense mechanism. It's just a joke. Thank you so much. I'm very appreciative, and like, I don't know if you've heard before, you guys all of you made my Christmas wonderful. Thank you so much. So, the one thing that I said that I was going to start doing is putting the $20 Patreon reward video at the in the end card bonus cartridge here, so that way hopefully they get more attention. If anything, they wouldn't just be uploaded like, hey, here's the Patreon reward video. I'm pretty sure very few people would click on it. So hey, let's put it in this show. That means that it's guaranteed to get done, and we have more content. Cool. So Will Gordon, the last name on that list. By the way, that was in no particular order. I don't know if I said I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I've done this show for almost 3 freaking years now. Anyway, Will Gordon had asked me all the way back in November to cover this subject, and I feel really bad because I did not only not cover it in November, I didn't cover it in December, and here we are. I'm finally fulfilling this reward thing. Anyway, he asked me to cover the subject of what it means to me to be a gamer. Whether or not, or how you differentiate between somebody who plays games on any type of device, like a mobile device and laptop, and or to a desktop. I kind of just lost my train of thought in the middle of that. So to me, I think the core, I think anybody who plays games, even just board games and card games, could consider themselves a gamer, okay? I think that there's a difference between the core gamer and a gamer. Doesn't mean that it's any less valid, doesn't mean that it's any less, you're having any less fun. I would think that your core gamers are the people who are playing your Assassin's Creed, your Halos, your Call of Duties, your World of Warcrafts, your PUBGs, games that require a little bit more, not only processing power, but also a little bit more attention, a little bit more knowledge. They've got a little bit more of a learning curve. Games like that you see on mobile, like Candy Crush, like Fruit Ninja, like Angry Birds, I would consider those people gamers, but I don't think that they fit in the same demographics as a core gamer does. Mobile gamers, exclusively mobile gamers, tend to spend more money in microtransactions than core gamers. They really do, because that's just the games that they're used to. Games like Candy Crush, games like Clash of Clans. Yeah, and I think it's all fine. What it comes down to at the end of the day is whether or not we're having fun, whether or not we are enjoying our time. The time that we enjoy wasting is not time wasted. So I think that's really what it comes down to. I would consider them a gamer. Yeah, I would consider people who play chess a gamer. I wouldn't consider you a core gamer, but again, I don't think that devalues any part of wanting to participate in our hobby. you know, gaming is definitely the most inclusive hobby, and I would love to keep it that way. So I hope that answers that question. Anybody using an electronic medium is not necessarily a core gamer, but yeah, they would be a gamer. Anybody who's not even using an electronic medium to play games, what I would still consider a gamer. All right, so Will, I hope that was good enough for you. I hope that was, I'm pretty sure it was about 3 minutes. I think that gives you a little bit of insight as to my philosophy in gaming. I want more people gaming. I don't like putting up walls, dividing lines. The console wars were just terrible. I hated the console wars so much. Not even because I fundamentally believe that the PC is the best platform to play on for objective reasons, or at least for me. I still think console players are just as valid. Why would they not be? Anyway, I got 3 minutes left in this. I wanted to touch on another topic that my good friend SVD, Sir Violent Death, had asked me to cover, because this had happened while we were on break. And this is in regards to the Meltdown and Spectre vulnerabilities that have occurred in the Windows operating systems for AMD, Intel, and ARM processors. I don't know if this is just exclusive to Windows operating system, but I'm actually not sure. And I'm going to start this by prefacing with the reason why I don't cover things like this is because, one, it's not specifically related to gaming. I do understand the reason why it would want to be covered, because it is a security vulnerability and it would help customers to know about this sort of thing. But it's not specific to gaming, and there are much, much better people out there to explain it than me. A good person who would be Jace 2 Cents from his own channel on YouTube. There's a link to his video about this down below, and I'm pretty much gathering all of my information from him on this subject. Another person to go to would be Linus Tech Tips, or even Level 1 Techs. I love Wendell over at Level 1 Techs. That guy is a big brain. I would love to meet Wendell. I would love to take him out to coffee or something, but that's a whole other thing. I got 2 minutes left to go. So, what this is it's a security in the way that the operating system kernel, which the kernel is basically the thing that controls, it tells everything what to do. It talks between the programs, the user interface, and the hardware. It's basically in charge of doing everything. It's the kernel, spell the K. The kernel needs to put its data somewhere, specifically in the system RAM, referred to as a cache. The kernel needs to cache its data somewhere, and while the kernel is caching its data, it's basically completely visible. It's unencrypted. If you have the right tools, you'd be able to see anything, including passwords. You'd be able to move around data. You'd be able to delete data. You'd be able to add data. It's a pretty big threat. Now, my understanding is that this has been affecting Intel machines, Intel systems, for the last 20 plus years. The AMD side of it isn't so big, isn't really that big of a problem, because from what my understanding is, you need physical access to the machine in order to utilize this exploit. So basically, there may as well not be an exploit. AMD does something with separating their kernel and having it completely isolated. Though I have heard too that this really is not that big of a deal as it's being portrayed to be on Intel systems. Yes, there will be a 5 to possibly 30% slowdown on some systems, depending on if your system's higher end. The lower the slowdown will be. But more than likely, nobody's data is really going to be affected. Nobody's really going to be completely hacked by this. And in the next couple of months, Microsoft is going to roll out updates to take care of this. I'm done talking. This has been a full 10 minutes. Social media links are over here, everybody. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. Patreon, if you want to hear me go talk about more ramble about stuff like this, go do it. Yay! Click up here to watch the full episode for today. Click down here to watch yesterday's episode where we talked about CIG dismissing or wanting to dismiss the Crytek lawsuit that they have. And click over here to subscribe to my channel. Bye, everybody!